Yo, hello, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and for today's sharing of another deck is what I played from yesterday's Friday Magic Pioneer format. This is the Mono Black Aggro build, which I got some reference from previous events posted from MTG Top 8, and also some expectations about Local FNM game that's we would have despite the wide range of decks in the format. So anyway, we're just going to have a quick breakdown of build, some of the card choices and added, and also some of the sideboard. What I checked on from this build. So this decks particularly is not really in the version of a top tier. You can say that it's the top tier 1.5, but despite of that setup, we still believe that this power level would still be very efficient, even in matchups against the 3 colors or the combo decks or the 4 colors build that is also popular in Pioneer. And so we're going to go first with our 2 drops. Consider the Gifted Airborne, 4 copies, 1 copy of Tenacious Underdog and 1 copy of Mystery Shadow. So the sole purpose, mostly for the life gain detached, which you can trade for red greens or mono greens big creatures, and also life gain against mono red. So Mystery Shadow is more of the effect of exiling your opponent's creatures from graveyards if they die, and then a good mana pump in the late game. Tenacious Underdog, that's a good 2 drop which you can go on to Blitz in the late game with its ability to just have this pay to life Blitz from your graveyard. Now for the 3 drops, this is the usual setup. Graveyard Trespasser as most of the most efficient 3 drop now for the black in the even in standard and also in Pioneer. And this is also added by more of a utility creature in the form of a Murderous Rider, which you can basically kick off with Swift End, killing creature or planeswalker and losing 2 life, but at the same time you may cast it from an adventure to have this one a 2/3 life link that when it dies you can put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Now for the 4 drops, I got some interesting lists aside from the usual Shieldred, since Shieldred is basically one of the best 4 drop here. Also because I considered also Protection Obliterator, but since of this build I've disregarded some of the 4 drops, new 4 drops probably. With this one from the set, the Friend of the Draws. It's a 6/6 4 drop, but the drawback is having this oil counters, wherein if you have more oil counters on it, you will lose the game. But the purpose here is that you will have a 6/6 evasive and high toughness creature, and at the same time whenever you kill off your opponent creatures, you will have them lose 2 life. So that's also a bonus life damage. And also I will consider Blood Viper Rare because of the same purpose of a 4 drop flyer and evasion with a good set of toughness. The only drawback here is that you will give up your opponents some blood tokens, wherein they can use it to cycle their hand or rip off some of the good cards that they have drawn. So basically they have 2 of these, 1 copy of this, along with the 3 copies of Shieldred, the Apocalypse. And for that feature lineup, that's basically it. For the spells, of course, we're starting off with the 4 copies of Thoughtseize. They're pretty much very important 1 mana discard spell in this deck, along with 4 copies of Fatal Push as a good all 1 mana spot removal, which can also kill off any creatures with 4 mana cost or less because of the Revolt trigger. And it's then backed up by 1 copy of Cut Down, 1 copy of Go for the Throat, and edit effects in the form of Liliana of the Veil, 4 copies, also a good discarder in the late game, with Invoke Despair, 2 copies of Invoke. Now for the sort of a gas and also a spot removal, here we have a long copy of Liliana of the Last Hope, since you can also kill off some creatures with 1 toughness or less, that you may have them -2/-1, or have some offensive creature becomes weaker because of its trigger until your next turn. And also its -2 ability that you can have to mill 2 cards and then you may return a creature card from the graveyard to your hand. So basically of returning some of your relevant creatures also has a good gas in the late game, especially of the attrition war against your opponent. And also in the help of card draw, we have Protection Arena in the main deck, so also card draw. Unfortunately I was not able to draw out this one I only had some card draws from Invoke Despairs, and that's basically it. For the land drops, I think we have some bunch of swamps here. The total lands was 24, but we have some few non-basics here in the form of Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which is the only man land here for black. It's very efficient also in removing cards from graveyards. Then we have 2 copies of Castle Lock Twain, which you can card draw. This you card draw in late game, but at the cost of your life. And 1 copy of Takenuma with also several one-offs of his, the Blast Zone, Mishra's Foundry, and Demolition Field. I'm supposed to have Orborg here in the deck, but unfortunately I was not able to get or borrow one from my teammate, so we have to decide only on having 3 non-black producers here to avoid that we can be having some difficulty in fixing up our mana, especially in casting cards like this one, Invoke Despair. And so for our sideboard is going to quick rundown. We have a discarder of Rex again with Duress, 3 copies. We have Parasitic Grasp, a few of the one of spot removals that is also backed by Inverno Grass and Noxious Grass. Just recently I have unknowingly added the 3 kind of grass spells: Parasitic, Infernal, and Noxious. These are both special purpose against humans, of course, some spot removal solid against any creature, and for green-white that can also destroy Planeswalkers. So along with it are 1-offs again for Fleeting Needle and 2 copies for Licensors. A Needle also against Teferi, if ever they are several Planeswalkers or the Wandering Emperor, which you would need to stop for them to activate. And Licensors against Phoenix decks, so that we can not able to have shenanigans in the graveyards. 2 copies of Gold Blank also with the same purpose. I think this is also effective against the Grisfang decks. You can basically discard some of their cards, but also exciting them at the same time. The Extinction Event for Aggro decks was also able to use this against some big old creatures, especially those with Hexproof and Indestructible. You can easily excel them. 1 copy of Edic again, Edic Effects, and Reckoner Bombmaster as the Gas. I have not yet considered this one, but we have still to add some efficient card, and of course this is the best artifact now in standard, so why I would not add it. So overall, that's the deck. Fortunately I was able to get a good finish in the tournament. I was against the Soulflayer deck, and round 1, round 2 was a mirror match against another mono black midrange, and round 3 against the Green White Angels deck. And fortunately the deck worked out well and turned out against those 3 matchups, and so it was able to finish first place in the tournament after rolling in the last round with a 3-0-1 record. So overall, this is the deck that I consider now playing up to the next weekly FNM Pioneer tournaments. And maybe if you have also some similar deck for this, or you played also a mono black in your local game store, feel free to comment below on what you would think or what we could consider to add in this build, and also to have more of the other 1-offs or 2-offs here that we can change prior for the upgrading, and have this build improve in the next tournaments. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you for watching this video in Deck Tech again for Pioneer, and see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to like, subscribe, that Mark TV on your notifications bell on for more instant updates of the uploads. Again, thank you, and see you in the next one.